Coming up, we update you with the latest on the tragedy in France, the presidential installation from last week, the Emmy results for our alumni, and OLLU celebrates Veterans Day. Hi, welcome to the Lakefront. I'm Danae Reynolds. Last Friday, France experienced the worst attack on the city of Paris since the Nazis in World War II. 3 groups of terrorists with links to ISIS killed over 130 people and over 350 others were injured. 6 locations were targeted in the city, including 3 restaurants and the Bataclan concert hall, where the deadliest of attacks took place. 3 of the terrorists detonated explosives outside of the Stade de France soccer stadium during a soccer game between France and Germany, killing themselves and a bystander. The scene in Paris after the shooting was one of chaos as survivors fled to safer areas. Among the people killed in the attacks was 23-year-old Nohemi Gonzalez, an American college student from Long Beach, California, who was studying in France for the school semester. She was having dinner with her friends when the gunman opened fire. People around the world took to social media expressing their condolences over the tragedy in Paris and urged others to pray for the city. President Obama spoke about the attacks in Turkey while attending the G20 summit.
ISIL is the face of evil. Our goal, as I've said many times, is to degrade and ultimately destroy this barbaric terrorist organization. As I outlined this fall at the United Nations, we have a comprehensive strategy using all elements of our power: military, intelligence, economic, development, and the strength of our communities. We have always understood that this would be a long-term campaign. There will be setbacks and there will be successes. The terrible events in Paris were obviously a terrible and sickening setback. Even as we grieve with our French friends, however, we can't lose sight that there has been progress being made.
6 terrorists involved in the Paris attacks have been identified, including alleged mastermind Abdelhamid Aboud, a Belgian national of Moroccan descent. Aboud was killed early Wednesday morning by French authorities in a dramatic raid at an apartment in Saint-Denis that was a hideout for his cell. A female named Hassani Atit Boulachin was also in the apartment, killed herself after detonating an explosive vest. Authorities managed to detain 8 other terrorist suspects in the operation. The terrorist attacks in Paris are yet another tragedy that the Islamic militant group ISIS is to blame for. With so many other terror groups known for committing heinous acts, many still are unsure of how ISIS formed. Reporter D'Angelo Wallace gives a brief history on the origins of ISIS.
And now for a brief history of ISIS. The terrorist group ISIS rose to prominence in 2012. But the conditions for their development have been in effect since the Iraq War. The Iraq War started in 2003 when the U.S. government invaded Iraq. The terrorist group at that time was Al-Qaeda, which was spearheaded by Abu Musab al-Zarqawi. Al-Zarqawi dispatched suicide bombers to kill U.S. troops and committed various other acts of terrorism until he was killed in the United States air raid in 2006. However, the battle was far from won because 2006 was the year that Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi became the general supervisor of Iraq's Sharia Committee and the senior council consultant. Al-Baghdadi became the leader of Al-Qaeda's Iraq chapter, and he remained there until he formally announced the formation of ISIL in 2013, which is more commonly translated as ISIS, or the IS. The situation is further complicated by the Syrian war, which ISIS has participated in as a belligerent since 2014. The Al-Qaeda splinter group's primary objective is to create a caliphate that encompasses Iraq, Syria, and the surrounding areas. Rooted in 8th century Islam, the IS implements Sharia law, carries out public executions, and even crucifixion. However, despite their ancient practices, the group is extremely tech-savvy and uses modern techniques such as social media. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is still the leader, sometimes going by the name Abu Dua. This is D'Angelo Wallace signing off for Lakefront.
News of the tragedy in Paris hit close to home as some members of the OLLU community had relatives in France who lived near areas where the tragedy unfolded. Reporter Jessica Ortiz sat down with OLLU alumnus Virgil Cisco, who was from France.
Okay, so Virgil, first of all, is your family and your friends, are they okay?
Yes, they're okay. Actually, I got to talk to my mom right away after that happened while I was at work, actually, because I was on Friday and I was working. So she's okay, and my family also is okay, and friends also. So yeah, like they say, bad news travel fast, and I haven't heard anything bad yet. So I was at work, and I remember I had a couple messages. People wanted to try to get a hold of him from friends, actually from Facebook, and so I went to the back and go check it out, and after that I went to give a call to my mom real quick to make sure that she was okay, because the stadium is actually very close to my house. It's actually about like 5 minutes walk, so I don't even want to talk about the icy stuff. I just think about the people that lost a family, a member, and it could have been one of my mom, my sister, and actually it was very close, so yeah, it touched me also.
You can watch the full interview on the Lakefront YouTube channel. Currently, there is a hostage situation happening at Radisson Hotel in Bamako, Mali. The BBC is reporting that 2 to 3 gunmen entered the hotel around 7 this morning and began firing AK-47 assault rifles. At least 3 people are dead in the attacks. Special Operation Forces have stormed the hotel. We will keep you updated on our website. At least 31 U.S. governors are refusing to allow Syrian refugees to come into their states after hearing that some of the terror suspects pose as Syrian refugees in order to gain entry into Europe. The Department of Homeland Security confirmed that 8 Syrian nationals turned themselves in to Customs and Border Patrol at the U.S. port of entry in Laredo 2 days ago. The 2 women and 4 children have been placed into the Dealey family detention, and the 2 men have been detained at the detention facility in Parasol. Both Dealey and Parasol are around an hour south of San Antonio. 51 protesters were arrested in Minnesota over the shooting of unarmed 24-year-old Jamar Clark. Witnesses say he was handcuffed and unarmed when he was shot by police. An investigation of what exactly led to Clark's death is underway. Coming up after the break, we give you details of the presidential installation and hear students' plan for the Thanksgiving holiday. Stay tuned. Dr. Diane Melby is now officially the 9th president of Our Lady of the Lake University. Students, faculty, and staff made sure to give our new president many heartwarming welcomes to the university. Reporter Chancellor Makanjuela has a story.
Early Friday morning on November 9th, guests, students, and faculty gathered together in the Sacred Heart Chapel to honor Dr. Diane Melby in a special Mass before her presidential installation. Faculty members and the Sisters of Divine Providence participated in the ceremonial Mass, including former university president Sister Jane Ann Slater, who presented Dr. Melby with the Presidential Medal. Archbishop Gustavo Garcia Silar spoke at the event.
It is a vital vocation and noble ministry to lead this Catholic university as it fosters the integration of Catholic values and quality education.
The official installation for Dr. Melby was held in Theory Auditorium, where the OLLU community and several guests joined the Board of Trustees to install her as the 9th president of the university.
One of our most important duties is the appointment of the president, a gifted executive with strong leadership skills. After a successful nationwide search, we have found such a person. The Board of Trustees is extremely pleased to install Dr. Diane Melby as our 9th president of Our Lady of the Lake University.
OLLU community members gave Dr. Melby words of encouragement.
The students are excited to see what God has in store for you as the 9th president of this providential institution. This semester, we started a new tradition, Wings Up. Wings Up is the new hand symbol for saints at Our Lady of the Lake University. You lock thumbs together, forming wings. The remaining 4 fingers represent the university's core values of community, integrity, trust, and service. At this time, can we all rise and give Dr. Melby a warm Wings Up welcome? Repeat after me. Wings up. Wings up. Oh, you can do better than that. Wings up. Wings up. Wings up, Dr. Melby.
She will proceed quietly, but with strength and with great equanimity, much greater equanimity than most leaders possess. She'll be your go-to person when you need a balanced opinion, a shoulder to cry on, or a topic to laugh about. And that is what I wish for all of you, the privilege of working side by side with this remarkable woman I'm proud to call a friend and delighted to present to you today as your 9th president. Bless you, bless Diane, and bless your very important work together. Thank you.
When Dave and I were faced with leaving Western Virginia, we knew that we were leaving almost heaven, West Virginia. But it was okay, because we knew we were coming to the real thing. We were coming to the home of the saints.
Reporting for the Lakefront, I'm Chancellor Makanjuola.
Good news for the Mass Communications Department. On November 7th, 3 OLLU alumni received Texas Lone Star Emmy Awards. Angelica Casas received 2, while Gianna Rendon and David Romo each received 1 award. Congratulations on your achievement. Last spring, OLLU Mass Communications Program received a wonderful gift. The Lakefront Jessica Ortiz has more.
Meet Veronica Escobedo. She graduated from Our Lady of the Lake University in 1965.
The university taught me that women were intelligent, they could become strong leaders, and we could be anything we wanted to be.
Veronica and her husband Ruben have served the San Antonio community and Our Lady of the Lake University in ways you cannot imagine.
And I said, you know, that's why we want to help the lake. We want to help the communications department because we want leaders like you.
You see, Veronica and her husband have given the Mass Communication Department from Our Lady of the Lake University a $1 million gift that will continue to impact students in many ways.
Look what I have here. And you ask me why you're doing it?
The funding will be used to create the Veronica Salazar Media Center, along with new equipment for the television studio and the newspaper. The money will also be used for new communication organizations and scholarships.
That we want to create a space when you walk in there, you say, wow, you know, that is really cool, you know. We want it to be a place where it's going to serve as a recruitment tool for students.
Construction for the Media Center will begin in the spring semester of 2016. The Communication Department is truly grateful for the gift that Veronica and Ruben have given to us.
Those graduates and the graduates that will come after them, they're going to carry the message of Our Lady of the Lake University, the ethos of Our Lady of the Lake University, and they're standing on your shoulders, the shoulders of a giant.
This is Jessica Ortiz reporting from the Lakefront.
CDP Margaret Nagy recently won an award bestowed upon only 88 other people in the world. She received the Order of the Rising Sun for her many contributions to promoting mutual understanding in relations between Japan and the U.S. Sister Nagy has been involved in 80 events since San Antonio became sister cities with Japan's Kumamoto City in 1987. And since then, she has done everything from delivering keynote speeches to delegating officials. The OLLU community had a ceremony in the mall area on Veterans Day to honor America's veterans. Students, faculty, and veterans here at OLLU and from across the nation were in attendance at the event. Major General Angie Salinas spoke at the ceremony.
It's important for those who will never understand why smart, talented, loyal, hardworking, patriotic individuals would choose to serve. Your job is to tell them.
congratulations to the 25 students here at the lake who received the Presidential's Volunteer Service Award. These students completed at least 100 service hours within one school year. If you would like to see the list of the students to congratulate them, simply look on the weekly newsletter. The OLLU Board of Trustees recently sent out a survey to the OLLU community regarding the controversial new concealed carry law to take effect next fall. Students are encouraged to share their opinion about whether or not they would like the law to be implemented on campus. As the university prepares for Thanksgiving break next week, we asked the OLLU students what their family traditions were for the holidays.
Our Thanksgiving tradition is that we, both sides of my family go to my grandma's house, like my dad's mom, and then it's like his family against like his brother's family against like his sister's family. So like we have like teams and we play games like charades and stuff like that. And there has to be a winner. And this year it's going to be us.
I look forward the most is being with my family and just seeing everybody that I haven't seen in a long time and getting together with everybody.
I'm actually looking for my grandma's like stuffing and turkey. It's pretty dang good. And another thing is just hanging out with family over there at the family ranch. So get to ride horses, get to like see the outside and stuff like that. So being outdoors is fun.
Family dinner and eating together and just sharing stories.
Being home with my family, seeing my dogs, just being home.
Coming up after the break, Charlie Sheen makes an important announcement and JC updates us with the latest in entertainment. Actor Charlie Sheen revealed he is HIV positive in an interview on NBC's The Today Show. Sheen admitted he was diagnosed 4 years ago. Sheen said he made the announcement to end a smear campaign and extortion efforts in which he has had to have paid nearly $10 million to keep his illness a secret. The actor said he does not know how he contracted the virus. Now we turn to JC for entertainment.
You know, before becoming the entertainment man, I was just a stupid adult who thought I was funnier and cleverer than I actually was. Now, well, not much has changed except now they film it. Welcome to your daily dose of sarcastic reviews in this week's entertainment section. And action. If you spend more time on the internet than you should, you might have become lost and found yourself at the Finding Dory exclusive trailer on YouTube. This sneak peek at Disney Pixar's upcoming sequel dropped last week, and might I say, it's glorious. We find out that Dory has a sleep swimming problem and winds up wandering off while sleep muttering. She swims away with Marlin and Nemo in wet pursuit, and when she wakes up, she says that she remembers her family and that this is the first thing she's ever remembered. Not to be sarcastic, I say sarcastically with a sarcastic expression on my face, but didn't she remember P-Shirt and 42 Wallaby Way Sydney in the last film? Obviously I did. Trailer plot holes aside, our childhood movie is getting a sequel and I couldn't be happier. Finding Dory will swim into theaters June 17th of next year. So, Google just dropped their latest YouTube family member with YouTube Music. This new app is a music streaming service similar to the likes of Pandora or Spotify. My first impressions with it were meh. I had a short driving trip, so I downloaded the app and started up my personalized playlist without tweaking anything and just started driving. To my neutral disappointment, I noticed that it was only playing songs that I had already listened to and liked on YouTube instead of new and interesting songs like on Pandora. Strike one. After playing with it for a bit, I found out the way stations work. You simply play any video on YouTube and it will spew a bunch of similar videos. There's a little slider on the bottom that you can use to tell YouTube how much variety you want in your playlist. This slider does little to nothing apparently, as I got the exact same songs with it at max and minimum settings. Strike two. You can turn off videos instead and just use the thumbnail to conserve data. Along with that, you can listen to videos in the background or while your screen is off, and you can save entire playlists for offline playback. And hey, no advertisements blocking your jams. Sounds awesome, right? Well, joke's on you, because the last 4 essential music application features are blocked behind YouTube Red, YouTube's $10 to $12 a month subscription service. Strike 3. If you already have a YouTube Red account, then it's worth checking out, but if you don't have one or have a subscription to any other music service, then you can pass on this one. Following the practices of The Hobbit and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 is coming to theaters soon. Being the final movie in the series, we finally get to see some loose ends tie up. Some love triangles resolve, some people probably die, and we finally get to see the fruits of the rebellion's labors. However, this movie starts to turn into a little of a horror film, as the movie starts to throw jump scares at you like tributes. The action looks solid, the plot comes to a satisfying end, and the soundtrack sounds amazing and epic. If you ever watched a post-apocalyptic movie before, you probably wondered how well you'd survive in the movie's universe that it crafted. How would you fare? Would you go around killing everyone to get their stuff? Or would you try to befriend everyone you met in hopes of getting food or water? Maybe try your hand at hunting the mutated creatures. Well, look no further than Fallout. Produced by Bethesda, Fallout 4, which dropped this last week, has captivated gamers everywhere. It's an open-world survival exploration game which takes an interesting approach in that the nuclear war happened in the 1940s and society ceased to progress to what we know it today. The game, located in a past-future Boston, an atmosphere that's littered with old-timey themes ranging from the music to the lingo that will make you feel like you travel back in time, blew some stuff up, and then came back. You explore the world as you see fit, and you can take the game at your own pace, whether you want to look at every nook and cranny or just go around and murder as you please. Explore the wasteland that is Fallout 4 on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 today. And that's it for this week's entertainment section. I look forward to being just as sarcastic with you, if not more sarcastic with you, next time. And cut.
After the break, we learn more about the honors program here and we'll update you on the Saints athletics as 4 programs have their sights on national championships. Want to know the truth about the OLLU honors program? The Lakefront's D'Angela Wallace has the story.
Some students at Our Lady of the Lake University are opting to take additional courses in the honors program.
What they really aim to do is to have it be a more holistic experience and have community service hours that are included in that. I happen to teach one of the honors classes, and it's called Community as Context. I really enjoy teaching them because they are so ready to learn. I feel like they're sponges and they just absorb all this new information, and I challenge them to think outside the box.
The honors program faculty views the program as a means of enriching the university experience for students, but we asked an honors program student if that means the program is just a lot of extra work.
Yes. When I first joined, I thought, I was like, oh my goodness, it might be so hard. Of course, like there's a paper you have to write like every now and then some like critical thinking questions and analysis. Instead of just like receiving information, you're also asking questions and analyzing. It's not too hard. Not until like the capstone, I guess. I do like to be intellectually challenged in a sense. I like to work hard for I'm pretty competitive when it comes to like academics. Yeah, so far I like my professors and I really like the interaction. The critical thinking that we get to do in the honors program, I think that's really cool. Overall, I think they live up to their expectations or values.
It's a busy weekend for the men and women's cross country, women's soccer and volleyball as they begin their quest to capture a national championship. The cross-country teams will begin competing at the national meet in North Carolina tomorrow morning. Women's soccer and the Lakefront's own PJ Fields will face off against Kansas Wesleyan in the first round of the NAIA tournament tomorrow. And the volleyball team travels to Springfield, Missouri for the opening round of the NAIA tournament against Evangel. Check out the Lakefront website for results, and good luck to the Saints. Women's basketball was able to get their first win of the season by upsetting NCAA Division II Tarleton State on Tuesday night, 70-57. Sanji Green picked up her 3rd straight double-double and recorded a career high with 20 rebounds. That is all for this week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From all of us here at the Lakefront, hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday.